Chat over there. Hi, Jimmy. Hi, Josiah. Hi, Teresa. Hi, DG. Thanks for coming in, y'all. I have today's kind of an important live, very, very important. I was informed of something, and I am gonna have to make some miracles happen. Let me see if I can fix this. Get me a little bit more centered. Okay. While we get in, everyone share the live. Repost all of that. I have gotten some more questions put together. A bit, some more spicy questions, interesting questions. But per usual, we will let our first contestant up when we hit 5K likes. So start tapping, pretty please. Let me put a penny gift up. Thank you, Jess, Teresa, everyone that sent the heart me. I'm put the chilies up so we can push it out into the algorithm. So I'll say what the issue is, and then I'll mention it a few times throughout the live. So I have been informed that we have an opportunity to transport 8 of our animals that are in our care at Kitty Puppy Alliance in 2 days to their forever homes. Yay, we love that. Great, right? We do not have the supplies to do that. So it's been brought to my attention. I'm going to do my best. We've been posting on our social media. I've recently gained access to the social media, so hopefully I can help push posts out. But let me see how I can. There's something about PC that's just terrible because I can't airdrop anything. So how do I get this link over here? I have an idea. I figured it out. Hi, Amy. Okay. So let's see if I can figure this out. We're gonna add I'll be able to figure this out. Maybe I won't. Hmm. Oh, sorry. Yeah, I figured it out. Hold on. Okay. Throw that there. Let me get it on. Okay. So I've added them to the list. The things that we need the most urgently in order for this transport to happen are these. This specifically, the ANH tool diampicrate. We also need these, but these are for animals that are in our care. So the most urgent are the double ones because the bowls don't come out, so it's perfect for transport. We also need the pet hammocks. Those are like the priority things on this list. There's a bunch of other things that we need, but for this transport, we need those two things for sure. Sorry. And then the other thing that we desperately need, hi, Mackie, thank you for the heart me. The other thing that we desperately need is we need, which I think I mentioned this last time, there are these specific crates that we get through Wally World. They're $30 each, and they have to be these specific crates. And we need 10, but 8 would be ideal. So we are also accepting monetary donations. You can send it to my pay links, and I will just put that it's for KPA, and I'll send it directly. Or you can also go to our the KPA Instagram, and you can find the PayPal, the Zelle, and the Cash App for KPA, and you can donate directly to them. But yeah, essentially, we have to somehow fundraise the amount, at least for the carriers, by today, so that they arrive in time. Some government programs help with that. You know who removed a lot of the government programming? A lot of the funds? I'll give you one guess. It wasn't me. Does anyone want to guess? But yeah, so if anyone's able to help, appreciate it. If not, I understand. But if you can at least share the live or share the list. He's definitely orange. And it's not Mao. It's not Mao. It's not little Mao. But yeah, so I would love to see if we can, that's why we're going to play the game today, to hopefully get some people in here, some eyeballs, so that we can get this transport going. I just got pictures of the cats that are going to be going on the transport. Look at this baby. If I had if I wasn't on an inferior device, I could airdrop it. Look at this pretty girl. Look at that pretty girl. So all of these are potentially going to be able to go to their forever home if we can get them on this transport. Pearl. So cute. Hi, Katie. Versailles and Sergio. Those are two famous Cuban restaurants here. That's cute. So yes. Actually, I disagree with that, Taco Cat. I believe that we are in debt because we have attacked everyone. for 60 years. So there's that. I think Josiah already left. If not, I was going to make him come up here and play the game again until we someday kick him off. We are almost at 5K likes. Oh, did I say that we were attacked? No. I meant attacking other people. Did I say that wrong? I could have said it wrong. It is that time of the day. We have to get Mr. Cheeks out. Thank you, Katie, for the heart me. If only Mr. Cheeks could like just chill. Taco Cat says we give money to Cuba. We give money to Cuba. Yeah? Do we? That's fascinating. Is it Monopoly money? Skittles is doing much better. She is still like, now that she's gotten like used to the wet food only, she will not, like, that's all she wants. That's all she wants. I'm Cuban Taco Cat. Not only do I know that we don't give money to Cuba, it's illegal for us to give money to Cuba. And even people that have family there, like, it's almost impossible to send money. Hi, Jimmy. I don't know what I am anymore. I used to say that I was a leftist, but I'm constantly being told that I'm not a real leftist because of whatever, and insert blank. So whatever you want to call me. You want to call me an uber lib? I'm okay with that, whatever. I don't believe in capitalism. I think capitalism should be dismantled. I believe in prison abolition. I don't believe in borders, et cetera, et cetera. So if that kind of tells you where I'm at. So yes, we hit 5K likes. So if somebody wants to play the game, Are You Dateable? You don't have to be single to play this game. You don't have to be single. You can be, in a relationship, married. But if we do deem you to not be dateable, we will rescue your partner. We will try to rescue them. What's a country without borders? Pretty much what the world was before countries. Hi, Mia. Thank you for the heart me. Taco Cat, if you send 20 to the pay links so I can donate to the purchasing of the carriers for the transport, I'll let you up. Anyone else is willing to jump in and do the game. So how does the game work? For those on the purple and the red app, we're playing this game via TikTok. So if you want to play, you have to come over to TikTok, but you're welcome to like hang out. So this is how it works. You request, you answer the questions honestly and see if you outlast the chat. We've been doing like 30-ish questions depending on the vibe. And so the chat votes you out by completing like the gift that is selected. It's usually like a dolphin or something like that. Or they can send 20 to the pay links. I still vote. Yeah, I mean, I do believe in voting because I just think it's just an easy thing that like it doesn't cost me much like effort to vote. So I'm always going to vote. I'm never going to be someone that says don't vote. There's so many things other than like the top of the ticket that matter on a ballot. So I always encourage people to vote. Um, but yeah, so if you outlast the chat, then you are dateable. If you don't outlast the chat, they will kick you off, and that means you're not dateable. Mm-mm-mm. And now that we have a few more people in here, we are trying to get 8 kittens on a transport in the next couple of days. So we do have some like urgent needs on the foster supplies list. So and just a reminder, the biggest needs are the this particular second here, this thing. We need at least 8 of them. We already have 1 coming on the way. We need the hammocks, and we need roughly like $300 to buy the carriers. There are specific carriers that we have to use. So if anyone's able to, you can donate directly to my pay links and put it that it's for KPA, or you can donate directly to the KPA PayPal and Zelle and Cash App. But that you need to get to the Instagram to do that, which kind of annoying, but it's just Kitty Puppy Alliance. You're so funny, Jimmy. All right, let's see. No, Taco Cat, we let everybody up. I believe that you're a particular person that I don't care for. So if you want to be let up when I normally wouldn't let you up, then you got to pay the piper, or someone can pay the fee to let you up. No, because I think you're a particular person. I'm pretty sure, I'm about 90% sure that you're someone that is a stalker that isn't allowed up here and comes with multiple accounts. I could be wrong, but I'm not willing to figure that out. So I recognize your username and like the little profile photo, and I'm pretty sure you might be the person I'm thinking about. But if the chat really wants you to come up here, then and you're too broke to pay the 20, then anyone else does not have to pay to come up, by the way, to play the game. Well, I speak for everyone. I nominated myself. Yeah. Thank you, Mia, for the chilies. I'm going to pin the chilies again to see if we can hit the little penny gift goal so that we can get pushed out into algorithm. I'm going to share live too. Thank you, Rita Big for the heart me. Hi, how are you? I don't want you to cam up. Mm-mm. Mm-mm-mm. Let me see. Hold on. I'm just sharing the live. Mm. Sorry, I'm sharing a lot. Thank you, Amy, for the chilies. Yay! Okay, we hit the goal. Sorry, I don't get the fun little like fireworks sound. I don't know if it's just because I have my settings off, but um, the carrier donations we need them like ASAP because we have to purchase them from Wally World, and the transport is Thursday. So I just found out, y'all. I just found out. So that's why I'm like stressed. Nobody tells me anything. Nobody wants to work these days. Hi, Brooke. Why not just add the cost to the adopter? Trust me, I've thought about that. I am on the board of the rescue. I will be bringing it up to the board in our next meeting because I think that we definitely need to factor that in. But the issue is that sometimes, like, I feel like when they go on a plane instead of the regular transport, it's not necessarily like we can use a different carrier, and we usually have like some smaller carriers. I don't know. We got to talk. Like, it's definitely something we have to consider. But at this point, like, it's too late. We've also had, unfortunately, the organelles have needed a lot more medical than we were expecting. It's just been a really rough kitten season. We've taken on medical cases that we didn't think were medical cases, and so our funds are a little bit more depleted than usual. Oh, cool. So Parker's rented you out, Logic? Yay. That's what I said, Jess. I refuse to use WhatsApp. So they had to text me. But yeah, so we are playing the game, y'all. If anybody wants to come up and find out if they're dateable or not, I will not ask you who you voted for. And we are we're just trying to have some fun and games here, trying to get these supplies for the transport. Kitty Puppy Alliance and Michelle. I have gone through like the list, and I told them that the bowls, the hammocks were the two biggest priorities. Correct me if I'm wrong, on the wish list, and then the carriers, which the carriers I've had them. That's gonna have to be like monetary funds. If you can put in the chat how long it takes for these carriers to get delivered, to see if like how much time they have to do it, that would be awesome. Because I've never ordered these carriers. Wait, what? Usually 24 hours? Okay. Yeah, exactly, Jess. But they do that. They do message me separately. Like the entire board communicates with WhatsApp, and then they message me separately because I refuse to do WhatsApp. I refuse. Thank you, Brooke, for the heart me. Thank you, Parkers, for the heart me. Logic did come by. What kind of carriers? I'm trying to think again because I cannot do airdrop. If not, I would airdrop the link. It's a specific carrier from Wally World. I'm saying Wally World because sometimes TikTok's weird about when I mention other retailers, even though we're not doing a TikTok shop live. But it's a particular carrier that has all the holes where they need to be for us to like, because basically when they're going on transport, we have to basically have their food and water bowl like attached to the carrier. We have to have a litter box like attached to the carrier. We have to have all these little elements attached to the carrier so that it doesn't like slide around and spill. And so like these particular carriers have the holes where they need to be so that we don't have to be drilling holes in them, if that makes sense. I have looked for comparable ones on, oh great, now we're tracking. I can't stand this. Sorry. I have looked for comparable ones on the wish list to like just because I know it's easier to just take it off, like to add it to the wish list and have you guys pull from there. But the most comparable one is the one that I usually have on my wish list, and it's $10 more. So not really a great option. Oh, and zip tying the doors shut as well. Yeah. Yeah. Prepping wood saying, oh. So yeah, we are looking for contestants on The Price is Right. The price being whether or not you are dateable. I will not ask you who you voted for, but I will ask you a lot of other questions. And I have added some more questions. And I've just been like, every time I think of a controversial question, I add it to the list. It's a good time. And it's a good gauge. I don't know, Michelle, you want to come up here and find out if you're dateable? I did actually ask that question, Amy. It is on the list. I just haven't asked it yet. But yeah, so if you haven't already shared the live, make sure you do the little repost, share the live out. You don't necessarily have to send it to anybody, but you can just like hit the share and then like not send it to somebody. Yes, I did lose both of my pointer nails in the last 24 hours. So my plan today was to be doing my nails, but then we had this like urgent thing come up. So, or I don't know, maybe this urgent thing didn't come up. Maybe everybody's known, but I was informed in an urgent manner. I have been brought on board a little late, so that's why we're here instead of me. So if you see me like hiding my pointers, that's why, because it irks me. Thank you, Parkers, for sharing the live. Thank you, Michelle, for sharing the live. I cannot believe that nobody is brave enough to find out if they're dateable. You don't have to be single to play the game. We've had a few people that aren't single play the game. If Logic wants to come up, I'll have Logic play the game again. He's not allowed to mention the pity party stuff because we couldn't. Yeah, we can't. You can't cheat if you do play the game again. Josiah's played it twice. I think he did better the second time, honestly. Parker's was very close to not being dateable. I forget, what was the final score, Parker's? It was up there. It was definitely up there. How are you? Yeah, it was up there. Question, did you ever message me? Because I haven't checked. Are you sure? Oh, okay. Private practice doesn't matter. It's just depends on the number of employees. But you're right probably about the length of time that you were there. But I still don't like that. Not at all. It shouldn't. Okay. So no cheating. You cannot mention anything that you did last time. If I hand you a candy cane, you have to take it. You can't say you can't have it. Well, then you gotta say something else. You gotta say you're on a diet or something. I don't know. Okay. If any of these questions are already asked you, you gotta tell me. Wait, hold on. I forgot to pick the little gift. You're little on mine. I don't know, chat. Okay. Chat says you're normal. All right, let's. All right, so reminder, y'all, if we want to say that he's not dateable, then let him cooks. We finish out that goal. Or it's 22 the pay links. And obviously today it's for a very good cause. You can also send more than 20 if you'd like. If Parker's is the one that boots you, that would be kind of. Maybe we should tell Parker. No, Parker's, we haven't even started the questions yet. I'm gonna have to change the gift. This is gonna be too easy. Parker's is like ready to go. Raided the piggy bank. Just to get silver. Okay, fair. Okay. Hold on. First question, do you have diabetes? I'm just kidding. No, you're not supposed to. You're cheating already? That's crazy. Hi, Greg. Thank you for the heartbeat. Do you have a metabolic condition? What the hell, dude? I said you can't cheat. Oh my gosh. Yeah. Are you insulin resistant? No, I'm not actually. My insulin works great. My pancreas never been better. Would you pass out if I gave you an ice cream cone right now? Okay, see? Look at that. He's getting better. Have you lied at all today? Wow, you heard that, y'all. A liar. A liar and a cheater. Insane. How did we get here? What is your drink of choice? What about 2 weeks ago? 3 weeks ago? What kind of soda? Hi, Joy. Didn't matter. Anything. Okay. What was your favorite game to play as a child? Thank you, Miss Julie, for heart me. Whatever. That's a good one. Sounds like you were indoctrinated. Who in your family are you closest to? What part of Florida? Why? Oh, Josiah, he already cheated a bunch of times. You missed it. When do I catch the Florida? I think I'm immune. Mm, that's crazy that you didn't choose Parker's. Does that not make family? Did I say blood related? Mm. It's weird that we had to tell you that, huh? Hmm. Did I say blood related? You could have given a qualifier like you did with the last question. Aren't you so glad you volunteered? It's because Josiah wasn't here to play the game a third time. What is your guilty pleasure song? Share. That's a good one. I like the octave too that you can really hit the you, if you had a little bit of soda. Do you see yourself getting married? Parkers, we're gonna need you to play a second time for no reason. Um, Nobody said church. Church is that's a lot, but a nice little live stream ceremony with me in physical attendance, so I can have some Whataburger. And the chickies, all the chickies can be a part of it. We can dress them up. Get little mini chicken pews. I like this. I like this idea. I'll plan it. Pineapple on pizza, yes or no? I also love those two things. That does not mean that they go together. Thank you, Warrior Princess. Hi, how are you? Ill. Um, but I imagine it make it soggy. It makes it soggy. I don't believe you. I don't eat veggies on pizza either. Ew. It's so gross. Who else in the chat is a heathen like this? Listen, Amy, yes, I am boring, and I'm okay with it. I'm okay with it. The only time I will like put veggies on pizza is when I'm trying to pretend like it's good for you. And usually I'm not. Usually I'm not trying to pretend like the pizza's good for me. I personally also don't think that fruit should be cooked ever. So warm pineapple sounds like a nightmare. Yuck. Okay. Which Real Housewives franchise is your favorite and why? You know they have a Real Housewives of New Jersey. That's even closer to Jersey. What did you think of it? I agree, Chelsea. Pizza isn't supposed to be sweet and savory. Honestly, I don't believe any dish should be sweet and savory. It's one or the other. Oh, I have a major sweet tooth. Like, major sweet tooth. I don't. It's disgusting. Yuck. I don't like my meat sugared. And I'm okay with that. I'll bring my own barbecue sauce. Anywho, the only correct answer for this question about the Real Housewives franchise is Orange County or Beverly Hills. Those are only, and Atlanta. You should. You definitely should. Hi, Maddie. Thank you for me. Again, we're playing whether or not logic is dateable. So far, only 25 votes off the island. You vote with the let 'em cooks up top. Orange County is hateful these days, isn't it? That's pretty bad. Yeah, it's pretty rough. But it's been going on for a long time. It's been going on for a long time. What should the minimum wage be? Thank you, Trisha, for the heart me. Everyone that's coming in, we are trying to desperately get supplies and monies needed to get 8 kittens to their forever homes in the next couple days to go on a transport. So we are really hustling today. So if you can send monetary funds, put that it's for KPA, and I will send it directly. And then we also have the foster supplies list that's been updated with things that we urgently need. The 2 things up top are the most urgent, which are like the hammocks and the 2 compartment food container things. And then the monetary funds is to purchase the crates that we need, the 10 crates that we need, which are $30 a piece. Sorry for that little interruption. I'm really bad at like, you all know I'm really bad at trying to remind Chad about what we're trying to do here. So I'm trying to be better about it because we do have an urgent situation. Okay. Would you ever want to start a family? Mm-hmm. What do you think about a Yorkie Schnauzer mix? It's like a Yorkie, but longer, a little longer. His name is Goose. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. It's cause I mean he's my dog. It's because he's my dog. I've been trying to get rid of him. I've been trying to get rid of him since the day I found him on the streets. I wouldn't actually get rid of him at this point, but I don't like little dogs, and I found him literally walking on a sidewalk, and I picked him up because I thought he was a different Yorkie that escaped from his owner's house. So like I picked him up on the way to the chiropractor because I was like, I don't have time to take you to your house, so I'll take you with me to that chiropractor. And then this was like 10 years ago. And I was like, then I'll take you to your house afterwards. This stupid auto tracking thing. Um, so then when I got to the chiropractor, I realized that it was a boy dog and not a girl dog. So it was not the same dog. And I found a rescue. I found a home for him, and they gave him back after a week. And then he's been well, first off, he's a little dog. So all little dog things. He is barks. His bark is like so high pitched, and he eats his own poop, and then he vomits it, and then he eats the vomit of his own poop. He used to be a lot worse in the sense that he used to expose himself. He doesn't do that so much anymore. Like fully expose himself. Um, I'm not talking about a little lipstick. I'm talking about the lipstick's out of the tube, completely out. To the extent that, mind you, I've had boy dogs before. I had boy dogs when I found him, and I have never had this experience. And so when he first did this was soon after I got him neutered. And I frantically texted my vet. First off, how embarrassing. I texted my vet thinking that like his insides were coming out of him. And the vet was like, no, no, that's just what it looks like when it's all out. So yeah, he doesn't do as much anymore, but like I would just find him in the room just like completely exposed, munching on it, just munching on it. Yeah. Are you sure you don't want him? You sure you don't want him? Thank you, Amy. Y'all put a W in the chat for Amy. Amy sent 30 for that's one carrier down, y'all. 9 to go. Thank you, thank you. But she did say tempted to boot both of you over the pizza. But he likes the pizza, the pineapple pizza. I don't. I should have made it so you guys could have booted me from that story. If I have to have experienced that in person, you guys can listen to the story. But yeah, that really just like opened my eyes. And now as he's gotten older, like he's just mean. He's just crotchety and mean. He's so mean to Moose. Moose does not do anything. Moose just exists. Like, and he refuses to eat from his own food and water bowl. He only wants it from Moose's food and water bowl. And we even gave him like the same size water bowls to see if like that works. So anytime Moose like breathes, he like attacks him. And Moose is just like, he's not 14. He's like 10, 11. He's going to outlive us all. But I won't ever do a little dog again. And the only reason why I ended up keeping him was because he was returned. And at that point, I had him for a while, like as his foster. And I just felt bad. But and he escapes. He escaped yesterday. I was getting a call while I was working, saying like, "My dad found your dog. We're just gonna bring him over." So many times he escapes all the time, and he'll just go with anybody. He'll literally go with anybody. So I don't know what I thought. I thought he was like attached to us, and like would be sad if I found him a home, but no. He literally like I could rehome him today, and he would not care. But I won't because that's just I'm a lifer. But he's funny though. He has like a route that he goes. So like if I see that he escaped, like I just get in the car and I follow go to his usual route. He just walks on the sidewalk, like just going on his little route, peeing at every bush. If you haven't learned your lesson, do not pick up small dogs that you find on the street because they will never. You love him, Maddie? You can have him. Okay, back to the game. Sorry, I got distracted. He just wanted to take a stroll. He really does. Like, there was one time when we first moved here that we were just like, and the reason why he's escapes y'all is because I have a yard, but we have like from our backyard neighbor, it's like a chain link fence, and it's not very secure on the bottom. So like he'll find ways and little holes to like push through. And every time we fix one, he'll find another one. And it used to be that the holes like he would make them so that even moose could escape. After Moose escaped once, he's like, I don't want to deal with that. He's like, I like it here. I was like, I don't want to go anywhere. Moose would never escape. So, like, there was one time where he escaped and we were driving around, just like windows down, looking for him. And someone comes out and they're like, Did you lose your dog? Are you looking for a dog? And I was like, Yes. Did you find him? Oh, yeah, he's inside drinking water. And we go and he's like just there hanging out with their giant standard poodle. Just made himself at home. No big deal. He does not believe in stranger danger at all. He will go with anybody. You want me to tell you the story again about the munching? He ran away. How do you think he ended up in that house? He ran away. Anywho, um, let's see. What makes you feel accomplished? Oh, okay. All right. Quick commercial break. Him just trying to make friends. Yeah, he has. I say that he has like girlfriends. He has girlfriends all over the place. Because when I did find him, he was not neutered, and um, they were huge, like insane. So he was definitely out there. And I found him a few days after 4th of July. So, as a reminder, with 4th of July coming up, with fireworks, even if you have the most um, behaved dog, fireworks can make your dogs act very strange. So, be super careful. Dogs, cats, all of that around fireworks time. As many animals disappear and never find their way back home during fireworks. You're not excused. Are you going to blame not remembering the question on low blood sugar? We're not going to feel bad for you. Stop trying to cheat. What makes you feel accomplished? You know what makes me feel accomplished? Getting 2 more carriers, y'all. Thank you. Can we get a W, Grug, in the chat? Thank you. Grug sent the monies for 2 more carriers. Now we have 3 carriers down, 7 carriers to go. And all it took was a little diabetes and a little munching. I would send you the pictures, but I feel like it would get me flagged. I can't even show the pictures on live because Maddie's seen them. Because I used to just like randomly send it to her. And he just looks like a little predator. The face he puts, he's just weird. It's just intense. Thank God he doesn't do it anymore, or at least he doesn't do it around me. So thank you so much, Greg. All right. Are professional athletes paid too much? Okay. Do you think that the difference in pay, like, people wouldn't do it anymore? Do you Thank you, Carrie, for the heart me. Okay. Could the de-extinction of certain species help the environment? You wanna elaborate? No. Jeez. Jeez. Did you squish any of them? Or did you put that auto lot where they make their nests? So where do they come from? You think? I don't like the squishing. It does feel mean. That's terrible. I don't know how I feel about that. If I had coins, I would send them to vote you out. Oh, so you're just squishing insects that you think might be it. So you're squishing snails too? So how did they get here? How's that their fault? So if whatever the government tells you, the government says to sign up for the military, are you gonna sign up? So you just What are your thoughts on AI? Explain. Mm. What about the people that don't are losing access to water for those things. That How do you regulate oil spills? But once the oil spills, I feel like you use AI all the time, huh? I can sense it. I could smell it on you. Did AI give you diabetes? Hmm. Agreed. I have another question. You're probably going to say yes because you're such an AI simp. Have have mobile phones improved people's lives? And why is that? Hmm. Increased the number of anti-vaxxers, brought back measles. On your hip. I didn't even want to touch on that. That he's got his phone on a hip clip. He did say that he wanted a flip phone. Didn't you say that? The razor. Hold on, y'all. Tortellini is desperate for her dinner, even though it's like an hour away. But I cannot handle it. The crying. She's crazy. Tortellini. Why are you such a silly girl? Oh. Oh, that it followed me. Oh. Stop. All right. You guys had like a inception there. You guys could have responded to your own comments through the screen. So back to how much you're an AI simp. But you think technology, like the mobile phones are so great. We got them all on our hip. Have you read The Catcher in the Rye? Okay. Is Holden's rebellion necessary for his personal growth? I feel like Parker's would have an answer for that. Did they make you read A Scarlet Letter? God, that I could not get into that book at all. Like that book was so hard for me to like get into that I made my boyfriend at the time do all my assignments. I made him read it and do my assignments because I just tell me what the answers are because this was pre ADHD diagnosis, y'all. So we were struggling. Oh. Okay. Well, we probably know what Logic's answer is going to be on this one. Is AI art really art? Hmm. You sure? Hmm. Hmm. But spreadsheets aren't? Oh, I'm sorry. You clearly have not seen the Bob Ross of Excel on this app. It's so good. It's so good. And he has such a nice tone. And he talks about the spreadsheets and what to do in this tone. He is the Bob Ross of Excel. It's so good. And he has a cat that's like in every video. Oh, so good. Yes, spreadsheets are art. Hmm. Ooh, you'll love this one. Is Christianity compatible with democracy? Are you being smothered by a pillow right now? Yeah, I think you put your phone on your hip. Where can we find a hip clip? Do they still make those? Yes. Why not? What would you say is your most redeeming quality? I don't get that vibe at all from you. Mm, I mean, it's the topic has come up, and you've come up. Mm, okay. I've been in your lives though. I don't see you as that. If if I thought you were an asshole, like I wouldn't be so mean to you because I wouldn't like. That's how I show my care by me being mean to you. You guys balance each other out. Do you have any tattoos? Mm-hmm. What do they mean? Or are they just decorative? Hmm. How did you meet your best friend? You sure? I don't know. Maybe my blood sugar was low. Oh yeah, I remember this. The reason why it like went out of my brain was because the answer should have been about how you met Parker's. I didn't say first best friend. I said your best friend. Mm-mm. You should. Do I? Yeah, but how? Wait, you guys met in my life? The corpse is speaking. So I have to be at the wedding with my Whataburger value meal. That's what I'm talking about. I'll bring goose as a gift. You have ducks. You need a goose. He doesn't know that. He doesn't know that. He really doesn't. Y'all, yesterday Goose and Skittles had an interaction, and Goose is not used to like cats being mean to him. That's the first part. Second part, he also does not understand social cues. So Skittles was giving him all the signs to like get away from her, and he did not. And she went after him. He's okay. He ran away quickly, but no lessons were learned. All right. Let's say 3 more questions, and you've officially made it out of this round. Shark diving, bungee jumping, or skydiving? I like that you specify with a bungee. Have you ever considered jumping off a bridge, just in general? Well, I'm glad that you didn't do that. I'm sure Parker's is glad too. Is there a documentary or a book that really changed the way you thought about something? It's so impactful, I guess, huh? Have you ever made Parkers watch it? I don't know that she's gonna be in the mood for that. She was a science major because she wanted to be a veterinarian, and then she said no. Um, all right, the final question, and then you've officially made it. Have you ever regifted something? So you do this a lot. This is your you told your future mother-in-law that you regifted her gift. Well then, I guess you made it past this round, but it was close. It was very close. I still think you cheated. Last time was closer? I don't know, I remember it being not that bad last time. Oh, yeah. That's what she told you. We'll never know. Thank you so much for playing since no one else wanted to volunteer. I appreciate you. And even though I'm mean to you, just know that it's out of mild disdain and not hatred. All right. You know how to get down. Okay, y'all. I have an update. It appears that I was thank you for the heart me. I was misinformed. And by misinformed, I assumed. So, the transport is actually not, and this is also why, like, I guess normally the adopters would cover the cost of this. So these kittens are not going to homes. These kittens in particular are shyer kittens and kittens that have more complicated cases, and they're as a group getting transferred to one of our rescue partners up north that has the space and has the fosters and the time to help with socialization and all of that. Um, it's still obviously really good. They tend to have a lot more space up north. A lot of our transports, whether adoption or to other rescue partners, do get sent up north because they have a lot more space than we do down here. But I just wanted to like be transparent. I just found that out. Zeta told me. So still necessary, still a good cause, and they're going to have a better chance of getting adopted up north because there's just not an overabundance up there. And they're all pretty much all of them except for I think one is still like kittens. So there's no reason why they can't be properly socialized and find a good home. So yeah, we are 3 carriers in. We still need 7 more carriers. I haven't checked the supplies list to see where that's at. Oh, we have 3 of the oh, so that's good. We have 3 carriers and 3 of the little bowl things so far ordered. So we're inching our way. We're making progress. So I feel accomplished. Do we want to take a Mr. Cheeks break? Just a brief little Mr. Cheeks. Always. I agree. Mr. Cheeks is like, oh, I'm obsessed. I'm obsessed with Cheeks. Hopefully the camera doesn't follow me. Talk to the people. Mr. Cheeks. Are you cute? Yes, you are. Yes, you are. This is Mr. Cheeks. Look, DG, this is your second chance. Mr. Cheeks and Max. Although no one's going to compare to Sassy Girl and Sweet Girl. I've been so tempted to ask the adopters for an update, but I'm trying not to be annoying. But I miss them so much. Mr. Cheeks. Are you a nice boy? He loves to climb. Ooh. Mr. Cheeks. While we hang out with Mr. Cheeks, jump in requests if you want to find out if you're dateable. I'll be nice. I'm only mean to MAGA and Logic. These are nice scratches. We like the scratchies. I love these little crusty cats. I don't know why they always like insist on giving the butt, y'all. Like they could lay the same exact way, but they just I don't know, maybe he'll stay there like that. Nope. Mr. Cheeks. You a nice boy? Are you a nice boy? Oh, you just purr instantly. I know, I've only had thumbs. We did love the thumbs. Stomp, stomp, stomp. You ever had a cat try to eat your hair? Yes. Sassy girl sometimes would try to eat my hair. So while we take this little commercial break, it's a little reminder that the things that we need the most on this list are the hammocks and then these bowls in particular for the transport. There are a lot of other things on this list that we definitely need, but those are the biggest priority. And then we have currently fundraised enough to purchase 3 of the 10 carriers that we need. And those have to be ordered from Wally World, which is why they're not on this list. Jimmy, I see you want to play the game, but Jimmy, like, nobody voted against you. There's 0 chance that anyone's going to vote against you. I think you had our lowest score. Am I right, y'all? I think he had like very few votes. You might be the most likable person that we've ever had up. So I don't know. I don't know if we need to have you play again. That's an easy, yes, you are dateable. But if you really want to play again, we can have you come up. Perpetually single, though. Well, I mean, are you putting yourself out there, friend? I mean, to be fair, like I didn't meet my husband until I was like 31. So there's no rush. Thank you, Shane, for the heart me. Greg says, I think I was busy. I can find a reason. All right, you want to play, Jimmy? Maybe I'll ask you like harder questions. Greg seems like they want to knock you down a peg. Hi there. How are you today? We got to make you more unlikable, Jimmy, for the cause. Just kidding. I'll ask you one of the questions that I asked Logic. What do you think about AI? I don't think I've seen those videos. Because I think a lot of them are on X, right? I left Twitter when it became X. Let me see. Describe yourself in 3 words. I did ask you this one? Okay. Let me see. Because I love that question. Bu- 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 What's your love language? Okay. Pineapple on pizza. So no pineapple on pizza. All right, that's a win. Um, hmm. What has surprised you the most about adulthood? Like what? Oh my gosh, Amanda, how expensive trash cans are. Yeah. Hmm. Yeah, I agree with that. There are a lot of things that, one of the things that I never believed it until I got older was like when people would say um, to enjoy like high school and college and stuff like that because it goes by so fast. And like when you get older, you'll want to be back there. Um, I think we're always in such a rush to grow up. Yeah, a do-over would definitely be great. What are you trying to do? He's trying to like burrow into my hair. I just want to make sure he's not eating it. Um, do you believe in astrology? I did? Oh my gosh. I I must have asked you. I wish there was a way that I could keep track. Yeah, this is why we need some fresh blood here. I have 500 questions. How am I choosing the same ones for you? Um, uh, uh, um, what is one thing in your life that you're not doing that you wish you were? I have a spreadsheet, DG, but like I can't like keep track of every person. I mean, I could, but it would be tedious. Hmm. What's something many people fear that doesn't scare you at all? Hmm. Is that something that it's always been that way? Hmm. Hi, Kenzie. Um, what is one TV show you're embarrassed to admit you watch? Hmm. Would you rather live forever or die tomorrow? Hmm. What is one job you could never do? I know. Yeah, like there have been some times where I'm just like, man, if I had made my Etsy shop right wing stuff, like it's just so easy. It's so easy to like hype these people up and get them to like spend all of their money. But I just couldn't do it. I couldn't do it. I wouldn't be able to live with myself. Mm-mm-mm-mm. Stop biting me. Mm-mm-mm-mm. What would your superpower be? Like if you had to be a superhero, what would you choose? Where would be the first place that you would teleport to? Pick one. What's nice to you? What do you consider like nice? Like, would it be tropical? What are you most grateful for? Oh, that's nice. Um, what's the longest time span that you could live without your phone? Um, I'll make it harder. You have to be by yourself. For how long you think? Okay. Mm. Have you ever had a near-death experience? Oh my god. That's crazy. That's like something you see in the movies. Did you get injured at all from that? Mm, 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 mm. What food can you just not resist? Hmm. Smooth or crunchy? That's like something I would say. Like that is totally That's funny. That's totally something I would say. um I mean that I get because they're so different, but I feel like peanut butter is like peanuts definitely taste like peanut butter. Um but I get that some people have like a consistency like texture thing too. I used to be like that, like smooth things had to be smooth. Like I could not like if there was even a little like bump in the mashed potatoes, like I couldn't eat it. Are you a neat person or a messy person? I did? Okay. You're at least you're honest. All right. Can art be objectively bad? Like clearly bad, everyone would say it was bad. Mhm. Mm. What do you think about lab grown meat? Well, with that's something different. Like with lab grown meat, it's basically like actually meat. It's just grown like in a petri dish. No, like the meat substitutes, no. But this is like they're finding ways to like actually grow meat without having to deal with the cow. I mean, obviously, definitely not cost effective right now, but eventually maybe it will be. Because I mean, um, farming is not cheap. Like to get one cow is a lot. Hmm. Do you think free will exists? All right. And then last question. If you were stranded on a desert island, what one item would you bring? No, I did not. I've never asked that question. This is from like a brand new list. Yeah. Oh, okay. If you're stranded on a desert island, what one item would you bring? Y'all, I feel like he's just saying I asked him these questions when he doesn't want to answer a question. No, I'm just kidding. The one item you'd bring. Not a boat. You gotta be able to bring it with you on your person, in your bag, in your pocket, on your hip. All right, Jimmy, you are still dateable. But before you leave, why do you feel I think Greg is just doing it to support the kittens. Um, so why do you think that you're not having success? Are you even trying? Are you putting yourself out there? Mm-hmm. Well, I mean, my biggest advice is like use the crap out of the dating apps, because I wouldn't say that you'd necessarily meet somebody on there, but it's very good practice. I didn't end up meeting my husband on a dating app, but like the dating apps, especially because I had been single for so long, really helped me like get accustomed, and it also helps you identify the things that you're looking for, things you want, things you don't want, and also you also don't like you also never know like if someone that you meet on a dating app, maybe they're not like a romantic match, but they can become a friend, and maybe one of their friends would be a better match. Um, so it's a lot of. Mhm. Which apps are you using? I listen. I've heard Facebook dating is good. That didn't exist back in my day. Have you tried expanding your search? Like, mm, hmm back in my day, we used to have this thing called MapQuest, and we used to have to print out the directions. And if we like took a wrong turn, it was a wild time. It was a wild time. There was no redirecting. I don't know how we survived, but well, keep us posted, Jimmy. Just keep putting yourself out there. Like maybe change up your profile, write something different on there. We're all rooting for you. Thank you for playing. Oh, I gotta put Mr. Cheeks back. But let me drop you down really quick. Bye. All right, I'm gonna put Mr. Cheeks away. whoever wants to play the game up. I think I have enough in me for maybe one more person, as I'm very tired, and I actually have to get back to my work computer, which is annoying, but I have a lot of stuff to do tomorrow. I got snacks. All right. So while we are here, let's check. Oh my gosh, yay! DG, why didn't you say anything? I hadn't refreshed the page because I was looking at the questions. Can we get a WDG in the chat? DG sent the funds for another carrier. So we are 4 carriers in. Actually, let me send them the money for the 4 carriers so they can order them. Can we get some WDG in the chat, please? Thank y'all so much. Okay. Thank you, Brooke, for sharing the live. I'm gonna eat my Parmesan crisps. It's so good. I wonder if I can make these because they're so pricey. I just love them. I could probably make these. Make them with different cheeses. They used to have one in my store that had everything seasoning on it, but they removed the SKU. It made me so sad. We had 2 people come up today, Bobby. I can't remember if Bobby lasted last time or not. I need to keep track of who makes it through. Oh, that's right. I wouldn't talk to GG like that. GG has mod powers. But yeah, it's super fun. I think if we keep doing this, like, you know, we can get a nice little crowd in here. If anyone has like any questions that they want to add to the list, we can add some. I'm always trying to think up of more controversial questions. The sad part, Bobby, is that you weren't even the worst one. There was another person that was way worse. Way worse. I don't think that was me saying kind words. There's a guy trying to debate you the whole time. Yeah, they usually do. Who wants to see Sassy Girl? So sad. You're a sassy girl. I mean, I have another sassy girl, but she's not that sassy. She's not that sassy. She's not really that sassy. Miss Skittles girl. Are you a nice girl? Is that a no? Chi Chi. I feel so bad, y'all. Like, I still cannot find the brush. Like, there was this brush that I had that it was the kind that's like like a brush on one side, like the like black bristles, like dense, and then the other side was like kind of like a comb like this almost, like those long metal things with a little like ball at the end. And she loved that brush. I would pull it out and she would come running. She loved being brushed by that. And I have no idea what I did with it. I always left it in the garage because like I would only brush her with it. And I don't know, when I was organizing in the garage or something, it disappeared. And I feel so bad because she loved that brush so much. She would like come running if I brought it. I did find the nail trims, yeah. There is hope. Maybe when I move out of here, I'll find it. Right, Chichi? Are you a nice girl? Hmm? And Mal? Where's Mal? Mm-mm-mm. Someone paid you. You have to go in a few minutes. Maybe next time. Yeah, maybe next time. We'll probably play this again tomorrow, maybe. Although tomorrow I have like 4 meetings in a row. and I'm leading 2 of them. 3 of them. Y'all, I miss the days when I was not important. I miss not being important at work. I wish more people thought I was incompetent. A girl bossed too close to the sun. Gigi, what is that? Oh no, DG. That's gonna be brutal. Hopefully they don't make you do a lot of like forced socializing. Hopefully they hopefully they let you wear headphones or something. Okay, that's good. Let's see what this on. Sorry. I can't stand like 90% of the people I work with. Yeah. I feel like
calling it dog food feels too.
Sorry, stories were playing. I feel like most people don't like anyone they work with, and it makes me think like it's just literally workplaces are people that just don't like each other and probably don't work well together. And it's just so funny how it turns out to be that way. And I think a lot of it has to do with like there's people that thrive in like a corporate environment and there's people that don't thrive. But like everyone needs to work. So you have this group of people that part of them like they live for this and the other part of them is just trying to get their rent paid. Yeah. Corporate does suck. It definitely sucks. That's why I strongly believe in like everyone being paid a living wage. Like everyone should be, I mean, in my opinion, I think everyone should, even if like whether it's monetary or not monetary, like I think everyone should have the same like income or like basic standards of living. Because there's a lot of jobs that tons of people would do that don't pay well in this age, but people would do really well at them and they would actually enjoy them, which would make them succeed even more at their job. Yeah, it was supposed to be that way. I tolerate people 8 hours a day. I don't think we get enough praise for tolerating our work environments. But see, if we all like were bringing in the income needed, not sure how that would do long term though. Why not? Why wouldn't it do well long term? Mm-mm. I mean, yeah. Why couldn't doctors get paid the same as basic labor if basic labor is getting paid well too? If there were no student loans, if college was free and all of that, you would have people that were becoming doctors not to get rich. It's people that actually want to be in the field of medicine. It's not going to be just people that have um, the financial backing to become a doctor outside of the loans. Because unless you've been, which I have a degree in biology, I was pre-professional, I was literally on the track to go to medical school, and then I changed my mind. Oop. Okay, that time I actually did do the hand motion. I did do the hand motion that time. I was not intending for the camera to pick up on it. And now we won't be able to zoom out. It's fine. Being pre-med is a full-time job. If I didn't have my mom able to support like rent and all that, I would not have been able to be pre-med. The number of the course load first that you have to take. You also have to be doing shadowing. That's free labor. You also have to work in a research lab. Sometimes you're lucky you can get a paid position, but when you get a paid position, it's like, I mean, at the time it was $8 an hour. It's not enough. Just the volunteer work. It's literally a full-time job outside of school to be pre-med. Not trying to study for the MCAT and all that stuff. So yes, can people do it whilst working and all that stuff and not having family support? Yes, but it's a million times harder. So just becoming a doctor is essentially for the more privileged people. So if you eliminate those barriers, the school's free, all that stuff, everyone is on a similar playing field. You still got to get the grades, obviously, the test scores and all of that. But that barrier to entry of being someone that's low income, that has to work full time, that maybe can't get as high grades because they're working full time, like just to survive, pay their rent, pay schooling. Like when you eliminate that part, you're going to get not only going to get the smartest doctors to a certain extent, because obviously standardized testing is, it obviously like favors people that are more privileged, blah, blah, blah. We can get into that another day. But you at least eliminate one of those barriers. And then without the incentive of being rich, the people that are becoming doctors just to be rich are not going to want to be a doctor, because why would I be a doctor when I can do something else? But then on the flip side, like there's farming and like retail work. There's so many jobs that don't pay well that lots of people would love to do. I myself, like if stocking groceries or even like doing Instacart orders, if that was a living wage with benefits and stuff, I would happily do that. I love stocking groceries. Like turn my mind off and just fill little shelves and stuff all day, every day. I would do an overnight shift of that. I would love that. I would love to turn my mind off and not have to like deal with people or anything like that. Teachers as well. Teachers do not get paid enough either. Explain to me why why teachers get paid less than doctors who are there because of teachers. Like teachers literally train everyone to do all the fields that make all this money. Are we going to be able to zoom out? I don't like being so close to my face. There we go. Yeah, see, look, Joy would be a teacher if they could live off the pay. A lot of teachers are leaving the profession because they can't afford, and there's no reason why a teacher should have to have another job. So I think, you eliminate the you know the stakeholders, the CEOs, the stock options. There's no reason why we can't have more people to be paid a living wage. TikTok user 513, are you coming up to play the game? I'm just filling the silence until our next contestant. Or I was gonna say, or I'm gonna take a nap, but I can't take a nap because I have to work. All right, let's do the Rosa one. Hi there. Good. For TikTok purposes, how old are you? All right, perfect. Have you seen this game before? Okay, so basically I'm gonna ask you like a series of questions. I have like a list of 500 questions. I won't ask you who you voted for because that's too easy. I'm just gonna ask you other questions and the chat will decide if you're dateable or not. All right. Um, it depends on like how quickly it's moving. It's usually been around like 30 questions, sometimes more, sometimes less. Some people just take longer to answer. All right. Let's see. Were you raised under a certain belief system or religion? So you would say you're not religious anymore? Why is that? Okay. Cats or dogs? Yeah. All right. What's your favorite conspiracy theory? Be mindful that TikTok's a little weird, so if it's certain conspiracy theories, you might have to like change the language so that we don't get flagged. Hmm. I'm not gonna touch that second one. Um, what's your favorite season and why? What's your go-to French fry dip? He did say that, DG. Where's Josiah? Someone go get Josiah. What is with y'all on barbecue sauce? What kind of barbecue sauce, though? Mm. So you like a sweet sauce. Ew. You like your meat sugared. Mm. Yeah, but the barbecue sauce is not meant for fries. Nobody, definitely not. Did you ever go to detention for anything? What was it for? How would your friends describe you? Mm. Do you believe in astrology? Hmm. Okay. Listen, I appreciate that. A lot of people talk about things that they don't know about. Mhm. What accomplishment are you most proud of? Hmm. Growing up, did you think that you wouldn't be in a good spot? Or did people put doubts on you? Hmm. If you could meet someone who's dead, who would it be? Be careful saying the name. Why would you want to meet the world leaders from World War II? Do you, do you think that they would be honest with you if you interviewed them? Any of the leaders? Hmm. Hmm. I mean, there's a big chunk of the people in this country that think our leader was divinely put there. So, I mean, I guess it's not that uncommon. Um, mm, what's in your fridge right now? Barbecue sauce, probably. Hmm. What was the worst? No, no, no. They're saying no, no, no. They're saying that how you described the people in Japan that it sounds like MAGA, like which is what I alluded to as well. Um, what's the worst job you've ever had? Oof. Mm, if you could have any talent, which would you have? Like if you could choose to have a talent. Yeah. Okay. What's your favorite movie? Mm, I've never heard of either of these movies. Him I know, but like I don't know all his movies. Mm. Oh, then yeah, that definitely wouldn't be on my radar at all. Hmm. Yeah, neither that see that yeah, sci-fi, yeah, that's another you lost me on that one too, so that's probably why I've never heard of it. Has a song ever made you cry? What song? Hmm. Yep. That's yeah, I'd say that I'd never turned up on that one. Maybe next time. Who has been the biggest influence on your life? What's an example? What's an example of one? Because I've only ever known him to be a nut. How, but the question on that is, how does one take charge and like I guess will away depression, clinical depression? I'm not saying you are. I'm giving an example of a mental illness that requires medication. Do you see how his message could potentially be harmful? Do you think that someone like him who benefits off of people um, listening to his message of pick yourself up by your bootstraps instead of taking medication, do you see how it's a conflict of interest? Yeah, but he's not a psychiatrist. So his field is not in prescribing medication. So he benefits off of people not seeking medication and therefore improving. I'm just challenging what you're saying. Mhm. Hmm. Do you think he lives by that? Mhm. Mhm. But his message didn't even work for him, though. His message and his theory didn't even work for himself, and he created it. Sorry, bud. Um, the Peterson thing made you undateable. Um, for a while, I thought he was gonna last a little longer. The Peterson thing really tanked him, understandably so. So, for anyone that is unclear, W Grug in the chat, and it's for a good cause, y'all. It's for the transport for the kittens. So a lot of these, like, I don't know if I would even call him like a self-help person, because he I guess started kind of that way. But the thing that's, I think, the most dangerous with him is the fact that he has that like clinical psychology degree, that gives him that, again, people use that as like, oh look, like he's a clinical psychologist, so I got to believe him, I got to trust him. Especially in that time when people were more like people trusted medical professionals more. I don't know. I think those are some of the most dangerous people, and the fact that like he's kind of, his stance has gotten extra weird. It just says he's a grifter. Like and the thing that makes it the most like dangerous is that a reasonable person, because this guest seemed reasonable. He didn't seem like he was MAGA or anything crazy. Can be persuaded by a message. And those are the most dangerous people. It's the people that aren't yelling the slurs, the people that aren't doing these things, but they have like a message that the average person could listen to and be like, yeah, okay, that makes sense. Because listen, y'all have heard me. I talk about law of attraction. I believe in law of attraction. You know, I I definitely recommend as much as possible to like try to think positive and like try to rationalize like things that are happening and whatnot. But I'm also like, take the meds. Take the meds. And yeah, I just don't like, I don't like that blanket messaging, because I think what it does is it deters people from taking medications that they need because they feel like it makes them weak. It also doesn't take into account people's situations. So it's much easier for me to control my anxiety when I was working for myself and I was living alone. Because the circumstances, I could control pretty much every aspect of my life. And I didn't have a boss that was on top of me. I didn't have toxic coworkers. I didn't have to commute. Like all these little things that people have to do to survive. Yes, do I think maybe less people would need medication if capitalism didn't exist and if our needs were met? 100%. But that's not the world we live in, friend. And that's why, like, I would never deter someone from not taking medication. Do I think, especially for depression, do I think medication is like a long-term solution? Not by itself. And I'll be honest on that, not by itself. Will it put a Band-Aid on it long-term? Yeah. But the way that it's described to me, by my therapist was taking medication, it puts you in a mental state that you are actually able to function in day-to-day life and learn the tools in therapy on how to better manage your situation, reframe your situation. Some people can get off medication, some people can't. There's no right or wrong way to do it. But I personally feel like medication and therapy need to go together. But that's because I think everyone should be going to therapy, truly. I think everyone benefits from therapy. Like if it was up to me, kids would be going to therapy in elementary school. Every single kid would be seeing a psychologist to check in on everything. Mental health, um, you know, whether or not they have food at home, if they're getting bullied at school, like, but that's just me. Yeah, and that's true too, Grug. It definitely doesn't work for everybody. But if you're like in a very crisis state, it's very hard to be able to function and also like try to learn the tools to manage. So I would say like the medication brings you back down to like a place where you're able to like get out of bed maybe and like make it to therapy. I don't know. Have you heard about disaster tourists? No, I haven't. Is Mal eating dinner? Do we want to see Mal before we wrap up? Let me check the. Don't forget, you can, even after this live ends, if you want to check out the foster list, it's linked in the bio. You can also send funds to the pay links. Just put that it's for KPA, and I'll send it over. If you prefer to donate to them directly, go to Instagram, Kitty Puppy Alliance, and the PayPal, Zelle, and what's the third one? PayPal, Zelle, and Cash App are there. You can donate to them directly, and you could just put that as for the carriers. Let's grab Mal. Oh my goodness, my good boy. Oh my goodness, my good boy. You sound sniffly. He's our beautiful boy. Big thank you to everybody that donated, participated in the game, tapped, liked. I really appreciate it. I know it's a last minute frantic thing, but I wouldn't ask if we didn't absolutely need it. You good boy. Oh, Brooke. I think tomorrow. Tomorrow probably. I love that he's like eager to go down to the ground, as if Skittles is not going to kick his butt. She will take you out, buddy. I know you know that. It would be. I think it would be so funny. Kiara, we were just about to end. You missed some interesting contestants. Did you see Mao? Look at this big boy. Look at this big boy. Is Mao a contestant? Is Mao dateable, y'all? I would say Mao, I don't know. I would say he's not dateable because he doesn't respect boundaries. That's what I would say. You think we're in a codependent relationship? You're right. Josiah, you missed it. The last contestant chose barbecue sauce as their fry dip. We definitely are codependent though. But that makes me also a toxic, undateable person. I wouldn't say that Josiah because he also got booted because he was talking about how great Jordan Peterson was. Not now, but he said that Jordan Peterson was what I think it was like the most influential person to him. Mhm. Yeah. Um, but like I said, we're going to end the live. Thanks again, everyone that participated. Again, if you are able to, like, you can still send the stuff. We have raised enough to do 4 carriers. We still need, is it 4 carriers? Yeah, 4 carriers. We still need 6 more. Um, so we're getting there. Anyhow, I love y'all. Have a lovely evening. Bye.